Okie dokie. I don't have a proper boot for that, so I cut a piece of inner tube. Should be fine. And I'll just kind of give her a little stretch around. Stick me a hose clamp on there. Ta-da! Custom boot. So now it's like a game of Lego. Let's stick the one piece on. I'll stick the next piece on. Oh, look at that. Custom intake, man. Sweet. It's a little bit of hanging there, so I'll probably make a bracket on here just to hold it in place. That's nice. All right. We are gonna try to hook up my gauges and stuff on here. First though, I gotta do a shuffle. This is a friend of mine, that's his car, doing some work on it, getting it running. I think it's a 46 Chevy. He was dinking around with it last night, kind of got it running. Still got to do his exhaust and all kinds of jazz, but yeah, it's pretty nice unit. So I'm just going to throw the hood on there, throw it outside, and pull this one up because I've got some burnt out lights and it's pretty dark in here. So gonna do that first and get to start working on that thing again. Getting stinky in here. I'm just gonna shut her down. Sounds good though. Listen to that back there. Very quiet on this side. Well, I'm pretty happy with it. That and just getting up the temp to see if there's any leaks, but it's all looking good. It's just water I spilled and I didn't have a couple hoses tight. So I just have water in it. I'm going to drop that and put some antifreeze in there. So way down there is my oil gauge, which is for the old motor. So I'm going to pull that one out and show how I convert that. Mostly because it's a weird fitting size. So I will show you that in a second here. So there's the sender. And then usually about the way I fix it is I start with that and then I proceed to drill it with an 11/32 bit. Then I tap it. I'll drill from the bottom up. It'll kind of bust all the electrical crap out of there, and then I'll tap it and put my fitting in. Okay, so there you have it. That is the sender. Usually got to get a little bit of this plastic junk out of there, otherwise you have a hard time tightening it down. But with that said, pretty much drill, tap, there you go. Saved a few bucks. Screw back in, good to go. It'll work the same with an electric sender. You might have to take a little bit of this top off, but or put an adapter. But basically that's all you got to do. Works fine. Okay, there we go. You can see my sender's in there. I fired it up. It's not leaking. That's a win. And I have it poking through the same grommet as my gas pedal. And now we have oil pressure. I have to check what's going on. It seems like my generator's, my alternator might be bunk. I think she's overcharging. It's Monday night. I'm going to do a bit of work on this one. I'm probably going to paint the trunk, or I'm going to bed line it. This one is a buddy of mine, Trevor. This is 46 Chevy. Just kind of getting her going. It's a pretty super solid car. He's already done the rear diff. He's pulled the pad blocks off. We made custom purchase for the back. And then we've modified the tranny cross member because it was not as nice. And then yeah, he's just got to get it going. We got to do some exhaust. Got the drive shaft in. We still have to weld the diff, but it's got a small block in it. I don't know if it's locked. It doesn't have the hood latch on it. But yeah, he'll probably be back. I'm gonna bet you either Wednesday or Thursday. We'll probably finish up a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, maybe she'll actually drive out. Dick and Rolly will be back Wednesday. He owns, actually this is his wife's truck. This is a, I don't even know, a 51, 52 Chevy. He got it running the other day. So this one's got, I'm not sure, it's either 350 or 305 in it. But either way, it runs. So he's going to continue up. We're going to make some brackets for a rad tranny cooler. Story of this truck is it's sitting on an S10 chassis, and I did a chop on it, so it's got I think it's 3 inches. So we got three in the back. The roof was like super damaged, so we put I had an old Buick car, so I scabbed the roof on there. And then back here we did it. We didn't cut the wing. No, these windows we cut, but we never cut the back window. I actually brought it down, so you can see it's just all one symmetrical shape there. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then I think Dan is coming tonight. I think he's picking up his tea. He's going to start thrashing on it at home for a while. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at tonight. So I'm going to get started on the trunk. See how I do there. Alright. Tonight's plan is to start cleaning this out. I'm actually going to get this thing bed line, the floor inside of here. I got to weld the battery box down, or the battery tray. And yeah, see what we get from there. So, looks nice. I just bed lined everything. I only brought up to the back because I'm gonna put some carpet and stuff in there. I just don't really want to carpet the trunk, so I'm just gonna do this for now. Yeah. Put my battery in now. Well, I don't have the right battery, and I still got to make caps for the top of there. But at least now I can kind of get my air tank over there in. I'll get that mounted. Yeah, and my compressor. Get that stuff all figured out. Well, what I need to get here yet. So you can see this is my basic setup for my air ride. It's going to be this. 2 ports are going to be for my switches in the front. This one is going to be for this. I had an old air compressor, so I don't know, should handle 12 volt, I would imagine. So I'm going to wire it to run my compressor, and then I run power to it. I'll have to intermit the power somehow. I'll probably put a relay for the ground or something like that. Yeah, but seeing how all these fittings I have to change. So what I'm going to do is I'll put an air chuck on the one side because, well, if I need to air up a tire or something, I can do that. This one I'm going to do in case for some reason I have a problem with the compressor. I can at least Schrader valve the thing full. I guess I could do it with that, but whatever. It's one way to plug a hole. So I think that's all I can do today. I'm just gonna have to figure out what fittings I gotta get. Tuesday, I picked up a bunch of fittings. So hopefully I got everything I need so I can get this air ride, this tank and compressor mounted in the truck. I'll still need to get a filter, figure out a filter for that. But yeah, kind of jammed through this here. Okay, we got all my fittings. This one here, once I get it in the car, then I'll screw this one in. Schrader, just in case I gotta fill at some point. For both my bags. Actually, this is gonna go to my valves, the front of the car. In case I gotta fill a tire, do something, got a valve there. And then, yeah, my compressor. Just one of the feet are kind of bunk on it, so I'm just gonna fix that up. Yeah, let's get her in the car. So I've got my gauges all hooked up, or my air gauge switches, and just running my line. The compressor and tank are mounted. I don't know if you can actually see that. The compressor and tank, they're all mounted. Just got to clean up all the hoses and stuff here yet. See it from the back here. So just got to clean up my lines and everything else, but for now it functions, and I can. I don't have to use the compressor's not hooked up yet, but I can at least charge the tank, and then I can lift and dump the car. So, gonna clean that up. I'm gonna get that switch just temporarily mounted under the dash. And my hose go, put some P-clamps on the floor where it's got to go, and yeah, that'll be it for now.